Okay, family, I'm on here with y'all on this sweet Saturday. hmm Now, as always, I typically don't do a live on Saturdays or the weekend, but the kids is not here, okay? So, I got up early this morning, and that's a story in itself. So, Ohana's, we are family. I got all my sisters and brothers and me. We are family. Get up, everyone, and sing. We are family. And you know it because we are. Ohana's. That's what that means. Okay. I'm about to do something with you guys. And just bear with me a second. Bear with me. Okay, we're going to do this. So, what I'm doing is I went shopping this morning and I had to take care of some other business. And I just got home and I said, you know what? Let me hop on here real quick with my family and talk about it. And what I want to talk about is these grocery prices. Here we go. I'm about to turn it around, show y'all, okay? So I got some of these restaurant style uh, tortilla chips. I got 2 bags of those, some sugar, agave, chicken broth, a box of the strawberry Pop Tarts, some Swish Miss with marshmallows, 2 boxes of Jiffy cornbread mix, and here are some cookies, and I think it has 8 in the pack. Christmas cookies, that is, that me and my grandchildren are going to make. I have some raviolis, Minute Maid punch, strawberry melon brisk iced tea, some Sprite, refried, or fried, I should say, excuse me, refried beans, some smoked turkey necks. We have some Taco Bell taco seasoning, some of the ground beef, 3, some coffee mate creamer, vegetable oil, and canola oil spray, that is, some Velveeta cheese, flour. Now, y'all, don't forget to get those black eyed peas. That's going with them turkey necks. This is going to be my lunch. I love Mrs. Calendar. Now, these are vegan and plant based. I got 2. I got the original and the buffalo. Tastes amazing. Some cheese, turkey breast, smoked honey meat, and this is yogurt. Vanilla bean, 2 loaves of bread, wheat and white, and then we're going to come over here, some Chipper Holes, chocolate chip cookies, and a rotisserie chicken. Now, this is where it gets good. Okay, y'all gonna walk with me. I have my receipt, and let me see here. I'm gonna put this yogurt in the freezer part now, because it needs to be there. So let me do this real quick, fast, and hurry like. So you go in there, baby. I'll give me some aqua. Mm. I love my water. Whew. of water. But of course, I like for it to be cold. So I'm gonna see what else I need to put in there before I start running my mouth. I'm talking about stuff that needs to be in the freezer or the refrigerator. So I'll take a couple of this stuff and take it in there that needs to go in there while I have y'all here with me. Okay. So I'm putting up some groceries. I went to the store and we're gonna talk about this and what it is we need to talk about. These are ridiculous food prices. It don't make no sense. I have my receipt, and let me see here. Put this down here, down below. I'm putting the stuff in the refrigerator. I already rearranged it before I even went because I didn't want to have to come back and have to do it. It don't need to be cleaned out because I keep it clean. So my refrigerator. So I'm gonna take. Y'all bear with me, okay? Just bear with me. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Put the hamburger away and the turkey necks. And that's it. I'm talking about the stuff that needs to go in the refrigerator or the freezer. Okay. So while I'm doing that, yeah, that's everything that needs to be put away. Well, one more thing, I got the cheese. And that should do it. Okay. Putting up some groceries, y'all. Oh, I'm still here, fam. I'm just put up this stuff that needs to be in the refrigerator. And while I was saying it, it's the juices, okay? So everything else I can put out after I get finished running my mouth a little bit. Okay. Alrighty. Now, I'm gonna say this. Boy, I don't know why it turned. I hate when that happens. I'm here. And man, oh man, let me tell you, baby. Just got back about maybe an hour ago. I went to the store and I went to Walmart's. And typically I don't go through the store. I was gonna do a shopping vlog, but I changed my mind. Now all that stuff I just showed, that little bit of stuff came up to be, I'm looking at my receipt, and this ain't no food stamp, this is cash, okay? I can show it to you. No food stamps. $133.36. Now it says 2 taxes on here. Now I don't know how that works. One of them says 9.45%, which is 61 cents. The second tax says 6.45%, $7 and $7 so I guess it's $7.68. What the freaking heck? I guess I ain't never paid attention to that. But right here, this grocery bill. Now I'm gonna say the reason why I said let's talk about it. I was in the lift. You hear that? I called my son and I said, son, guess what? He said, what? He didn't say what, but I'm just, paraphrasing a little bit. I said, I'm sitting up here waiting waiting now to schedule a pickup from Lyft, okay? Going, it was I got my phone right here, so here's my other one. I can tell you exactly how much it was going. So $7. Wait, because you can check the history. Let me look at the history. Going was $7.98. Coming back, no, I take that back. Excuse me, see, I'm saying it wrong. Going, which was a 9:50 a.m., was $9.67. Coming back, which was at 11:31 a.m. Central Standard Time, that is, it was $9.98. Okay, but this is the gag. It wasn't going to be that at first. When I first initially was about to schedule a pickup through Lyft, it said 40 something dollars. Do you hear me? That was coming back home. 40 something dollars. They had prices on there ranging like the highest was 45 or whatever, but the lowest price was like 26, $25. Now let me tell you something. Tell me if that's not price gouging. That is price gouging. And I understand there's peak times, those that drive Lyft, Uber, and all that stuff, because I have family members and a daughter that does the Lyft, the Uber, the what you call it, DoorDash, and all that stuff, Instacart. I'm going the same distance. And the time frame was probably 2 hours different, because I said 9:50 is, and then coming back was 11 something, because I had the time on it. That's why I was reading it, and I had the Lyft app, so that's why I was reading the prices. So therefore, my groceries was almost 135. So my transportation, so I spent almost close to $155. Ain't no way in hell. I told my son this and my daughter. I said I would have been sitting up there all night, because I said they got a bathroom or bathroom. That's the country of me, bathroom, and food in there. I wasn't going to pay no $40. For one, I had to pay a couple of bills, buying food and transport. Jesus, I leave it in your hand, and I pray, and I'm not complaining, but I'm just making a topic about it is ridiculous how these grocery prices is. And then I'm sitting up here showing, and I'm looking at some of the stuff, because I put up the stuff that goes in the deep freeze, right? But I'm sitting up here showing the stuff that I purchased. Plus, I have the receipt right here. This receipt is short. This ain't no long receipt. I'm not going to do that. Sorry about that, y'all. I hate when that I forget to turn on the do not disturb, but that's okay. That was on my other phone. I showed y'all how I look, and then this little bitty skimpy receipt. Remember when we used to shop? We get all the long receipts. Not no more. Not no more. So basically, I'm telling my business a little bit. I went to add some money on my Chime card. And the amount that I added on there is no longer on there. Okay? Real talk. Here's the Chime card receipt, and here's the freaking grocery receipt. So my son got him an automobile. He don't live in the same state as me. So what good is that for me? But baby, Y'all got this transportation going on. I'm the one that need transportation. And I'm praying to God. That's the reason why I put on my posts, community posts, on my content, prayers, and things like that. I'm a very grateful person. Don't ask for nothing. And today, I felt the need that I needed something. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I mean, anymore, it's like, oh, and this is the gag. They had a 2 pound, maybe 3, don't quote me wrong, bag of chicken drumettes for almost $25. Mm. Well, I'm gonna say this about me, and I can't, you can't force kids to eat what you eat, and I'm not that type of person, anyways. But I'm raised up on that era where my mama said, and my grandmother, my dad's mother, beans, cornbread, and I'm talking about from scratch. The only thing you may need, of course, the flour, the cornmeal, the sugar, the eggs, the baking powder, maybe baking soda, some yeast, or whatever. But my grandmother, my dad's mom, that is, and my mother's mother, but my dad's mom, she had big, tall barrels. I'm so serious. And anybody can comment down below if they know what I'm talking about. And in her kitchen, because she made everything from scratch, anyways. She had cornmeal, she had the flour, she had the sugar. The most, like I said, she might have had to go to the store to get for real, is maybe eggs and some milk and something like that. But other than that, she made her biscuits, she made her cornbread, she made that, and then she had like those big tin. Dang, I wish I could. I know they got them in the store, filled up with beans and rice and stuff like that. I'm saying all that to say, I don't care. I love beans. Beans. I remember one time my mom went out of town to California. She took our brother because he was the baby and we was old enough, to pretty much look out for ourselves, and because we was like in middle school, and let me see, I think it was just middle school. Yeah. And of course our dad was there, but we was old enough to stay at the house until he get home from work type of thing, right? We was in middle school, like 14, 15, 16-year-old. And so my sister, if she on here, she loved it. Oatmeal cream pies. This is so funny. That's why I say I'm not a Debbie Downer person. This is really funny. And so my mom, when she went grocery shopping into the store, she did not have step. And back then, we weren't getting no food stamps. Okay? Straight up facts. No food stamps in our home. My dad had a good job. My mom did too. We did not get no food stamps. Matter of fact, my daddy had got laid off at Santa Fe Railroad, and his brother was a carpenter. And he used to do work with him and, of course, get paid. And then he used to work for a trash company. That's a city job, okay? When he was laid off. My dad was not a lazy man. He was a hard working man, and so was my mom. So I say all that to say we weren't on no food stamps and government assistance and stuff like that. And I was talking to this man in the store today. I was trying to think where he was. We was at the money center. That's what it was, because there was somebody in the back of me, actually 2 men, just talking. And he said, right about he said, right by now, they need to stop it. He said, everybody, I don't know if he was Mexican, he was Hispanic. I said like that. He said, right by now, all of us need food stamps. He said, we only working to pay bills and buy groceries. And he said, they have it set up and I agree with them too. Think about it. After Christmas and the holidays and stuff like that, New Year's too, and Thanksgiving maybe too, and not Halloween, but anywho, those are the months and the times that you know, buying more food and cooking and being festive. I say it like that to wrap it up. He said, and then we got taxes coming around. Let me turn my phone a little bit. And I said to myself, I said, he's not lying. They have it set up that way. You charging and have credit cards and stuff like that, and hell, do what you do, right? And you gotta do it anymore. Cause I done took it. I don't know if y'all familiar with Klarna, KLARNA, and what is that? Afterpay and another one where you could go on the app, okay? All these whatever store you shop at, and you can buy your groceries that way on a payment plan where you pay. Say for instance, if you buy $150 worth of groceries, honey, you is. I agree with you 1,000%. It's ridiculous, and like I said, the kids are out of school, and the stuff that I bought today, that's going to be probably gone 2 days, 3 days. And that's what I said. I hate that some of these kids, but I don't, like I said, you can't force them. Wasn't raised up like us. Because we was raised up on beans and cornbread. My grandmother made homemade dumplings and rice and just made stuff to where it was tasty. And like she cooked some chicken with it. We didn't eat my daddy's mom was from Arkansas, okay? We didn't eat cereal for breakfast. Yes, honey. Yes, it is ridiculous. Ridiculous. It's sad. And I'm not bragging. I was raised up, and that's what he said to the man. He said, ain't no middle class no more, he said. And I said, you know what? Because when I came up as a child, this is something good. And I tell my grandchildren, y'all privileged. And I tell them too, don't say you're starving. Say you're hungry. Because there's kids that are starving, literally starving. But if you hungry enough, we're going to go old school with this one. If you hungry enough, you'll eat some beans. If you hungry enough, you will eat some rice. If you're hungry enough, and some cornbread. I have a granddaughter that don't like vegetables. But honey, baby, let me tell you, and I don't force her either because it's not my fault. It's how she was raised. But anywho, she living with me and it's hard. And I don't force her. Me and my daughter last year gradually started her eating vegetables by saying, do it like this and put something in, like eat the vegetable and put something like chicken in your mouth and chew it up together instead of just eating it by itself. And she done that. So when she come to live with me, not stay, live this year, because she was staying with me every summer, okay? But she lives with me now, okay? Go to school, the whole 9 yards. She's on my lease and all that stuff, okay? So one day I asked her, I said, do you eat any vegetables, baby? She said, I like green beans. I said, oh, okay, that's good. So I cooked some green beans. And just so happened, I went into the kitchen and put something in the garbage or something. And she had the green beans in the trash. So I said, you ate all your food? It's funny. Mm-hmm. And I do know she ate some because I saw her eat some of the green beans. I don't expect for her to eat the whole thing. I bet you any kind of money, if she did eat some, she probably ate 2 or 3. Get away from here. I see that fly, y'all. I know y'all seen it too. I ain't crazy. And so they was in the trash. They was. And like I said, I'm picking up and trying to work with something that she's used to. But like I tell my granddaughter, she'll be 11 next month. Vegetables is very important, baby. Very important. It helps with your immune system and all this different stuff. But like I was saying about the groceries, it don't make no sense. It's just ridiculous. And the chicken, oh my gosh. I asked the lady, I said, I'm being honest. I said, could you scan this? Because I went in there on a budget and I didn't have much, but I got, something to work with. And she scanned that chicken. I said, I can't get this. And I'm going to tell you something about me. I don't typically do that. If I have something in my basket that I need, first off, I'm going to get what I need. And I go in there, I have a list of what I need so I can go in there and focus on what I need to get, anything else afterwards. And that's sad that we have to be like that because, we get in the store and stuff like that. And you get in the store and you get to seeing your eyes get the roaming and stuff. Because I got two things I didn't want to get. But hell, I got it for the babies. Some Swish Miss chocolate, cocoa, whatever with marshmallows. And then I got them some cookies that's already, they said cook or something. It's over there. I'm looking on the couch because I still got some stuff over there. But anywho, I put up the meats and you can put decoration on it. So I got that for them too, for the Christmas Eve, which is tomorrow. Oh, dang. But anyhow, yes. And I mean, it's sad because I don't go to the store. That's crazy too. And I was telling the guy, it's funny, the Lyft guy took me and he came and picked me up and we was talking and stuff like that because he was asking me was it packed. He was so nice because a lot of Lyft drivers don't like to help you take your groceries out of the vehicle. I guess it's a safety thing. And he said, I help you. And so he just brought it in the inside of the apartment door and left it at the front. And I took down what I had. He was gone. And then I got the rest. But anyhow, it's just ridiculous. I don't go to the store. I typically like have the Instacart, online Instacart. But those damn fees is ridiculous too. What is the service fees? And then what I don't understand is if I pay memberships or where I can get the free delivery and stuff like that, why am I paying service fees? I thought all that stuff was totally together. One minute the service fee might be $4 with 150. I don't know why I'm stuck on this $150 with the grocery. 100. This is an example. $150 with the groceries and service fee might be $4. Then I turn around and buy maybe $5 more, 155, and the service fees is $15. Yes, Instacart. I don't have to pay for the delivery, but they service fees. And I said, what is the service fees for? She said, in case anything happens to where, you don't get your groceries or whatever. I kind of get it. But can you stick with a price? The store that I'm shopping through or with or whatever, it's the same damn location. So it's not like they're going out of the way. Same distance, same way with Walmart. Going was 7 something. I always like to tip too. Coming 40 something. Get away from here. That's a fly, y'all. 40 something dollars. I said something got to give. My son lived about an hour or so away from me, and he said he was coming up. I ain't holding my breath to it. Okay, he said he was, and I said, "Woo." If I have to, I'll stay here. But I changed that quick because I said, baby, let me tell you, it don't make no sense. And I'm going to be honest. I have to share this. I'm on a diet. I'm on a weight loss journey. Y'all see that too on my thumbnails or whatever. And I've been in the gym like Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. Literally in there. So I'm doing the live while I'm in the gym so people know it. And I was sharing with my daughter, I have to buy things now to make meals for the kids and myself I kid you not. The foods I used to buy, I can't buy. Today I did. I bought me some Morningstar original and buffalo chicken patties. I showed it over there. I love them. And what else did I buy? I ended up buying some lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, little stuff like that. And I don't want to eat what I wasn't eating because I wasn't eating no meat. Mm-mm. Nope. Like I said, plant based. That's the only kind. But like regular hamburger and chicken and all that, and eggs and cereal and milk and bread and sugar and stuff, I was not messing with none of that stuff. The honest to God's truth. None. I got videos, me cooking. hmm And I'm like, it's hard when you trying to, you know, I hate to say diet, but change the way you eat and to be healthier. Now I ain't gonna get off the bandwagon. I don't give a damn. Even if I do have to eat certain things, I know moderations and I do, but I don't want to even go back that way because that's something I wasn't doing. You know what I mean? So it's ridiculous. I'm looking at the stuff that's over there on my sofa because that's where I put it at. I put some plastic bags. I don't want my meat and stuff. People sit their ass down, but ooh, it don't look like I got nothing, nothing. And I said, Jesus, take the wheel. And buying gifts and stuff like that. Mm, mm-mm. My poetry. I'm looking at it right now. Bear. I got to make it up to my grandbabies. That's why I said some of these parents, I'm telling you. So what you raising? You can raise your grandkids, but hell, you still got parents. Step up, step up on the plate. And then, oh, that's another thing I don't understand. How is it that I guess every state is different? You can have a child in your care. This happened to me. Y'all probably done heard the backstory. If not, go back. There's a baby I put on my video. I was a foster mom. I say that all the time. Take the wheel. You right about that. And that's the reason why I stay prayed up. Nothing fake. I ain't faking or shaking. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I don't cuss. The most you might hear me say on here is damn, that's not a cuss word. Bull crap. That's not a cuss word. I don't curse. But man, I be mm-mm. But anyhow, as I was saying, I had a foster baby. I was a foster mom. They had that baby in my care. And when I tell everybody this, I don't care. They don't have to believe it, but it's the truth. My sister, me and her both was foster parents. And matter of fact, she was foster parent to the little girl that I had in my care. My sister had her siblings because they had different moms. Okay. Same dads, different moms. So that's how that goes. Huh? Yeah. And they put those kids in me and my sister's care, saying that they was kin to us. Mm-hmm. The God's honest truth. My niece, 3 of my sisters, and my mom. I done said this before. I'm just trying to make a point about how the system is. Being that my niece knew her mom and dad, and how the situation went, how I got the child and stuff like that, because I was a babysitter. I'm still registered through the state. I done said that before too, been since November 1999. If y'all ain't never heard this story, this is the truth. Here we go. And I got the baby when she was 17 days old. Okay? 17 days old. Foster, she went into orphan straight from the hospital. She never went home. And I had to go to court, which was juvenile court. And being that I was already in the system as a registered child care provider, they still had to do whatever steps they had to do. They had to come, walk through, check the house, references. And I ain't talking about relatives. I'm talking about people that you just work with maybe, or your boss, supervisors, etc. They put that little baby in my house and I didn't get nothing for her. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No food stamps, no cash assistance. Only thing I got for her was WIC. Okay, she was a baby. WIC and one of the caseworkers that would come to my house because they had to check the baby at my house, and then I had to take her to visits and stuff because her mama was rice wasn't taken. Of course, there's a procedure and step and measures that you go through before the child gets snatched away from the parents. She ended up not getting her kids, okay? And I'm saying this to say she was the sweetest person, her mother. She was just mentally controlled by the children because she had 4. She got more now here. And she had the baby was 17 days old. She had a 19-month-old, I want to say a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. Okay. And 2 of them was together. One of the youngest boy was in another foster home, and the baby came to me. So the baby boy, which was 19 months old, he ended up getting adopted by the family that he had because they never had no kid. They fought for him. Now, this is the gag. I'm not going to tell you why. I done said it, and I said it the other day, but I'm not trying to get into that story part of it, why I don't have the baby. And it's ugly, okay? She's still alive. Hell, she's, about 18, 19 years old now. They didn't give me not one dime, okay? A lady came to my house, as I was saying, the caseworker, and she, some kind of way, magically, I was able to get a $150 voucher, okay? And I spent every cent, penny, dime, quarter, nickel, whatever, on that baby. And I showed her the receipt, and she was like, whoa, to the T, on her, not me. No, I ain't trying to rhyme. And so I say all that to say, I'm so serious, so serious. I took care of that baby out of my pocket. I had her until she was almost 3 years old. Until my second husband, I've been married twice, did something the most horrific thing to me. Nothing like, he did it mentally because he knew that me not having that baby was going to hurt me because of what he was doing. Okay. And my birthday was January 30th, is January 30th, I should say. And he took the baby to court because I got sick and I couldn't go to the court. We both had rights. She was living in our home, woo, 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 woo. He took her to court and left her there. Mm-hmm. He was the most meanest person. That baby meant a lot to me. And I say that she called me mama. I was able to get her ears pierced I asked her mother's consent though. I'm a very respectful person. At the end of the day, she was not my baby, okay? But she was. I was the only mother she knew. And her grandmother and great grandmother, when we would go to the juvenile place, there was a conference room, and grandmother, great grandmother, her mother, everybody would be in there because, like I said, supervised visits. I would just sometimes sit there, sometimes I would leave or whatever. And they would always tell me, you're doing a wonderful job. She's always looking clean, no scratches, scrapes, or nothing. Hell, she's a baby. Why would she have all that? But I get it. People are mean, right? And everybody loved that baby. Everybody. My mom, she was sick. And just to see the baby and hold the baby. And then my kids, my baby girl, she was in middle school, but still, you couldn't tell them nothing. That was their sister. My oldest daughter got a tattoo put on her arm in Chinese letters, and we used to call it beautiful. And when I had my daycare, I called the daycare Beautiful Beginning. I have all that paperwork and stuff back there, my contracts and all that stuff. And he did that. Left that baby there. But look, check this out. Check this out. God don't like ugly, ain't crazy about pretty either. The woman that was the caseworker of those children ended up leaving that job to go to another job and had to come to my house 5 years later. I want to say, 2008. So we got 4 or 5 years later. I remember the name, but I couldn't put it with the person until she came to my house. And I asked her, I said, didn't you used to be, excuse me, didn't you used to be the caseworker of those kids? Da 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 da. She said, yes. Mm-hmm. Look how God works. I said, what happened that day? Because mind you, I said I was sick and he left the baby. I knew he left the baby, but I wanted to know the whole situation and story. She told me. And the reason why I asked her that, and the reason why I got closure in a sense, because he was going around lying and telling people that I didn't want the baby and I gave the baby up and all this, that, and the third and stuff like that. No, actually, I thought he left the baby at first because they was going up for adoption, okay, and had to go to court. And I didn't know if that point in time the baby was left there because of that reason. No, he just left her. So what you call that? Abandonment, right? And I cried so, I mean, like literally. Ooh, I cried for a long time. Okay. Then, as I said, January is my birthday month. My mom passed away the 20th of January, 10 days before my birthday. Mind you, I said the baby was taken. Well, not taken, but he took her to the court. He left her there on the 31st of January. My mom was laid to rest that day, the 31st of January, and then my mom's brother passed away the same day we laid her to rest. But first we thought it was February 1st, but no, it was confirmed the same day. Oh, Lord Jesus, take the wheel, as someone said down there. That was horrible for me for a long time. I thought I was going to be an alcoholic. I'm just being honest. I used to drink Arbor Mist. Nothing hard, but so what? It don't have to be hard. And what led me into talking about that is backstory, because I was a foster mom. They did not do nothing. I didn't, the food stamps. I said, well, whoa, you at least, and it wasn't that I was doing it to get anything, from the government or state or whatever the hell it's called. But you would think you would be entitled. And hell, I mean, luckily then I was, I had good money coming in. So did my husband at the time. I mean, he worked, had a good job. Okay. And I was registered child care provider. So I did my thing too, right? I didn't get nothing from them. And I'm talking about for the baby, not me. She's not mine. I was working, yes. But that my income shouldn't have nothing to do with it. The child was put in my care. And they put it on the papers, kinship. If y'all don't know what it is, look it up. Kinship. So they tried to icing the cake by saying she was kin because my niece, my mom, and three sisters. I have to count when I say this because my oldest sister, my baby sister, and my sister under me. So I got three sisters, okay? And my mom, they all knew the parents. And being that my niece knew her dad and mom and was the one that kind of like initially was the reason why I got the baby, because she was talking to the guy and then he told her mother, and the social worker was up there because she didn't get to take the baby home. That's why I'm saying this. And they didn't want the baby to get put somewhere. Da, 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 da. Well, hell, you don't know me. And they don't like you could come sit in my house. Because especially the type of person he was. I'm talking about him. Her mother was so sweet. I felt so bad for her. She was doing so good. She just let him mentally abuse her. She was under his spell. He was with her when she was young. That should have been the reason why he shouldn't have been with her too. But as when she had a baby, she was of age. But he just got right here. And I mean, man, like she would get a job and she came to all the visits. And then her next step was, being that she had a job, she found a place. And then she was having home visits, okay, supervised. And I would take the baby. Like I said, the baby was with me. Didn't nobody come to my house to pick the baby up? They would have if I needed them to. I would take the baby to the either the juvenile detention center in the conference room, supervised visit because she was a minor, or to the welfare office, I call it, conference room, or a restaurant or whatever. Okay, but they were supervised visits, and so she messed up, didn't even know how to play it. Instead of having him on the premises, he was there. I mean, I'm just saying, don't make it right. She didn't know how to like, and it wasn't her. It was him. I know it was him. And so when the lady would come, the caseworker to be with the kids and her, she would get the baby out of my vehicle because I didn't go inside. Okay, not her house. I didn't. And she'd say to me, the caseworker, she said, "Ain't that him over there?" You know, whispering. She said, "Ain't that him?" And I'm like, "Who?" I knew who she was talking to. I wasn't being no snitch, okay? And I was like, she reported it. So she lost her kids due to that. And how her kids end up in the foster system was she was like in a battered women's shelter or something. And he called her and she went away, left her children. She didn't have the baby. The baby's still in her stomach at that time. She had 3 boys at the time. She left her 3 boys at the thing and went into labor or whatever, went to the hospital, and being that her 3 boys was in the system, they took the baby. Straight up facts. State didn't give me a damn penny. I didn't get no food stamps. I didn't get no cash from the state. You know, people know you get funding for having kids in your care when you're a foster parent. Not I. And no Sam, Pam, or ma'am. Okay? No. Not me. I paid for everything out of my pocket. Well, me and my husband, the second husband, that is, for real. And he bought things, and we bought things for that baby like she was ours. She was ours. And when I got her, she was born May the 4th, 2005. And my niece was pregnant, and she had a baby shower. They had a baby shower for her, and I went. And when I went, they bought some things for the baby too, because when they brought the baby to my house, y'all, I said, what the hell? 2 bags, like those carry-on bags you would take, you know, if you're traveling. I keep looking because my daughter has the bag I gave her, the size I want to talk about. And she had maybe 3 to 4 cans of milk, bottles. I don't remember how many bottles because I'm honey. It must not have been a lot because I didn't remember. And then she had maybe a couple of little night clothes and probably 4 or 5 blankets. Scouts freaking honor. She was 17 days old when I got her. I went to court on the Monday and my son graduated that Sunday, May. Okay. She was 17 days old and got her. Got to bring her home and everything. Because they did everything they needed to do. And it came back. I had a tuberculosis skin test. I was already in the system because I was registered November 1999 child care provider. So it didn't take long for my information to come back. But they still had to do whatever else they had to do. I had the FBI screening, background. They walked through, They had to do him too because he didn't have no record or nothing. And we got the baby. I don't think it was 2 weeks. Nothing. So I said all that to say, even my grandchildren, they family, but they're not my kids. Just because you have your grandchildren or nieces and nephews or what have you in your home, you squeeze blood out of a turnip, so to speak. So that's what I'm talking about. If anybody's wondering what I'm talking about, listen to the beginning too, and whatever if you choose to. I mean, hell, this is how it's set up. It is so hard for me to get anything that I need to get. And luckily, I'm taken care of through my kid's father, which is in heaven, because we was married. So that left me with survivor's benefits. I don't get no SSI or Social Security. So A lot of times I tell people this story and my kids, and I'm just throwing it out here. I do things for me and him both. They was my grandchildren and his too. So I said, you know what? He's taking care of me. I have to take care of my grandbabies for me and him. He see what I'm doing. And I know he's proud of me. Because he walked that journey with me, being a licensed babysitter and registered. There's a difference. And had my license through the United States Army because he was in Stuttgart, Germany. And I went to school. Not like went to classes. I don't know. It must have been mandatory because we was in the Army. Uncle Sam didn't play. And so I had to go to school for that, for my license. Sure did. Had a test, all that. Wasn't just no CPR and first aid. No. Because it's infant, children, and adult CPR, right? I don't know what else to tell people about me. If I was to tell everybody my name and they want to do a background check on me, you could do that. You're gonna find not a pinch of anything wrong. That's a fly, y'all. I ain't crazy. I have to say that because people probably say, "What's she swinging a fly?" I see a fly. It was on here on the video earlier on my head. I was like, but yeah, I'm on here just ranting and running my mouth. But I'd like to talk about different topics, and I got on here to talk about some damn prices of groceries. Inflation is a mug, and something I don't understand too. Just saying. My dad, one, and my kid's father, I'm just saying these two men were hardworking men, retired. And then both of them retired. One was in the military, United States Army, and Army Reserves. How is it that if you are a military wife, widower, and you have children, why the state or the government won't help you? They ought to make it mandatory that you can get food stamps. Being that, so I'm just saying, I'm just making my own rules and thoughts too. Being that I am proud to tell anyone that I was a military wife. I was a young military wife and mother. Got 18. My kid's father was in the Army. We done traveled the world and then some. Okay, and I was that wife. He even went to the Gulf War, Saudi Arabia. And I was in a foreign country with 3 kids while my husband was in the war. Now I'm in a foreign country, not around family, but I love being a military wife. I wouldn't trade it back then, young, having a baby and not having to worry about how I'm going to provide for it. And I wasn't married when I had my son. It was a decision that I wanted. Yes, my kid's father asked me to marry, but I wanted to make sure that was something I wanted too. He proposed to me before I even got pregnant. I wasn't ready. And see, here we go. At least I'm being honest. Why would I get married if I wasn't ready? But when I was ready, not like no ultimatum type of thing. When I was ready, and he wouldn't pressure me either. It was a respectful thing. He asked. He even asked my mom and dad, that type of thing. And I just wasn't ready at the moment. I loved him, of course. But, and my kid's father was the best thing that ever happened to me. But I just wanted to say, yes, I'll be your wife. Because I was young still. He was older than me, okay? And he didn't rob no cradle, okay? And sure as hell didn't control me. Best thing ever happened to me other than my children. And having God in my life. I got to put him first because he's the one that pulled me through a lot. Yeah, I'm being spiritual now. And I share that with a lot of people. Because when I lost him, who did I have? And this might sound crazy to say. I didn't even have my kids. My kids was emotionally depressed and sad and stuff. I had no one. I ain't gonna start lying. But I lean on God. He pulled me through. Same way with my mom, my brother. I have no one. I'm kind of, well, let me back it up. I had my daughter, but at the time I didn't feel like I had no one. Let me correct it because I ran away. And when I say I ran away, my daughter, I ran away with her because she said, Mom, let's move. And we moved to Florida. This is where it gets crazy. At that point in time, I didn't care about nothing. No, I was suicidal. I wouldn't take my life. I ain't gonna let it get to that point. I'm gonna sit on somebody's damn couch, okay? Mm-mm. I love me. I was just lost without not having my mama. Uh, there's a story in itself about that. I took care of my mother. Wasn't no guilty conscience or nothing. And so when I talk about it, because time has passed, I smile and I look up there. I know she's proud of me because I took care of my mother. Mhm. When you know, that's why I tell my baby girl, my two youngest, because I got 4 kids, took care of their dad. And towards the end, I helped them too. But they took care of their dad. And so when you think about your father, this is how I try to tell my kids, know that he's proud of you because you took care of your daddy. You lost. You sad. You miss him. All the things. But my dad's brother, baby brother at that, said this to me. He sat down by me, holding my hand at my brother's funeral. And then I'm going to get off here because I got to. He says, one thing when you lose a person to illness, but when someone cuts somebody's life short, which was my only brother, I have 3 sisters, he was the baby. It's a hard pill to swallow. I knew, in a sense, my mom was sick, but I feel like her life got cut short too because she worried on top of the sickness because of what happened to my brother. His life was cut short before my mom. And then 3 years later, she got sicker or whatever the whole story is, but it's a story in itself by that. I know some other stuff too. But anywho, it wasn't fair to her. Mm-mm. And I remember, I will never forget, of course, she was my mom. She's not here, but I knew I took care of my mom. I didn't care how far I was. And if she was in the hospital, I sat up there all day. All day. And I ain't talking about when I say all day, I'm talking about 9 to 9 at night or whatever. I'm used to that. I was a nurse, certified nurse assistant. I told everybody about that too. And it didn't matter to me. If she was asleep, I still was there. Hell, they got a cafe down there. You can eat. There was a restroom there. So it wasn't no need for me not to be there. And just to know that I was there, like one time, it was the 4th of July, and it was me and my 2 girls went up there. And, of course, seeing the fireworks and stuff. I just randomly went up there, opened up my mama's curtains so she could see all those beautiful fireworks. Stuff like that. So I say this to say, and I'm about to get off here, on this holiday, all this stuff is coming back in full circle. So if somebody's saying, what the hell is she talking about? Maybe I am all over the place, but I'm not. We don't just need to love our loved ones because of the holidays and think about them when it's the holidays and be sad because of the holidays. To me, you can celebrate any day. My kids are asking me, what do you want? I don't tell them I want nothing. Just love me. Love me. Don't abandon me. If I can, whatever, help me out. But I'm the type of person, I don't want materialistic stuff. Just a hug. I love cards. My kids know it. I love a good card. The words mean so much to me. Attention. That's it. Basic person. Cut and dry. Anybody that knows me, sisters, it could be a stranger. I'm not a stranger, but a friend or somebody I raised up with. Because I got back in contact with this girl I went to elementary, middle school, and high school. And hell, we hadn't seen or talked to each other in over 40 years. And we reconnected in, I want to say it was September of 2016, I want to say. She said, "Do you still wear those skinny jeans?" And I said this to her. I said, "Girl, I don't have babies." Because as I tell everybody, I was small. I got a picture. I showed a video of a picture of me. It was August 13, 1999, me and my sisters, and showing everybody how small I was. And then I have another picture, or video, I should say, that I have posted with me in red. That's when I started getting chunky. Straight truth, okay? I'm transparent. I'm very transparent. I ain't being transparent in a way of like, ooh, she showed, I'm very transparent. And that's why I started getting comfortable. When I go to the gym, everybody see what I look like. I got videos on there. You can look at them. That's me. Well, hell, who else is it? I love me. And when you start loving yourself, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. You put God in your life. I don't care if people, you know what I don't understand? Then I really am going to get off. And I have to say this because I know I put a lot of spiritual stuff on my page. I call it page, but channel. And because I mean it. It ain't nothing to be fake about. Because I know what God has done for me when I was in the dark space. But what I do not like, to each his own, people have their own opinions. Don't get on my post and say stuff like, you just fake. Or you can say what you want. I remove it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, why do people do that? If I believe in God and you don't, keep your thoughts to yourself. I can't tell you that you shouldn't either. So I'm saying, like, don't knock down what I feel and how I feel about God and the way I'm saying it, because I want to impact and make a change in people's lives. Sometimes it's something that it's a right on time thing. And as I said a couple of days in my other video, a guy named Joey, and his brother name was David. Because he said in the Bible, we was going to the Dollar Tree, me and my daughter, whatever. And he said these words to me. He said, "I am so glad I picked you up." He said, "I love your energy." Then I turned around and left because I said I was at the $1.25 Century, and then there's the store called Price Chopper. Me and my daughter went in there. The guy that be like bagging up the groceries and stuff like that, he said something good. And then I showed where a lady post underneath the comment of a picture of mine on Facebook where she said what she said about me. She said, "You have empathy in your eyes," or something. The video's on my thing. And I'm just saying, I'm not trying to impress no one, but I tell you one thing, I'm not fake. Someone asked me, how much weight do I want to lose? I can stand to lose, me personally, about 75 to 80 pounds. I will be happy. I'm very tall, and I know what that look like on me. I don't want to look sickly or, and stuff like that. I know what taking off 85 pounds to me look like. Because I'm tall. And I don't look like no oompa loompa type of person. And I'm not making fun of people. I'm talking about me. I am talking about me. The struggle is real. With anyone that's fighting any kind of addiction. I was fighting food addiction, obesity, which is morbid. I done talked about high blood pressure, how many pills I was about to be on. I was talking about diabetes. I'm not that. Not that. But it has to do with things that my mom went through. I know a lot. I done worked with, I done talked about that, cancer patients. I'm just that person. Nothing's made up. So on that note, honey, we could talk about it. Ask me a question if you want to know. Honey, I'm putting it out there, but this is the thing. When you talk about certain topics, like I have one on there and I still haven't finished about me, how I escaped my abusers and attackers, true stories, delicate stories. You don't have to always put names on it. Like say, for instance, just saying, my brother or da 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 da. No, what happened to me happened to me. I don't have to put a name on it, and it could be a family member. Just saying, because people will say a family member. No, listen to what people say too. I'm using these things as an example. You don't have to. You could tell your story without putting names. You don't have to make your mom and your dad and your brothers and your sisters, cousins, uncles, or who have you look bad. But you could tell what happened to you because you are an overachiever and overcomer of situations. And maybe what you say can help somebody else get through it. You will never forget, but you can get through it. We can be overachievers. We don't have to let what happened to us predict how, because honey, I'm telling you, whatever happened to me, I sure as hell ain't like that with my children or allowing things to happen or what have you. Did I save my mom? Did I save my dad? But whatever I went through and leave it to be, if it was a parent, I'm past that. I'm not there no more. And I'd be damn, that's not a cuss word either. My back is up against the wall to allow any of my grandchildren to go through anything. They ain't going in no damn system. Your kids can go in the system, and people thinking like, oh, they're going to go to the grandmother or the aunties or whoever. No, it don't work like that. Not in this state. They gotta make sure, because the boys, that one boy that was the little girl I had in my care, the oldest one didn't have the same dad, and they tried to find his dad because he could have gotten them. You know what I'm saying? He could have gotten them or him, but they couldn't. So he was adopted out. 3 of them was adopted out together. The baby I had and 2 oldest ones. The youngest brother, which was 19 days old, as I said earlier, he got to stay with the parents. Well, they his parents. Wow. So he has to be, if she's 18, ooh, goodness. About 19, 20. Oh my goodness. Because I know she's 18. I know that for a fact. So, and he was older than her. But yeah, everyone, I hope everyone have a magnificent day. I like to call days this Sweet Saturday or Sweet Sunday, Soulful Sunday, Magnificent Marvelous Monday, Tasty Terrific Testimonial Tuesday. We're going to have a Weird Wisdom Wednesday, Thankful Thursday, and we can call it, what is it? Friday is Friday. No, I'm just playing. But anyhow, everyone, y'all, we are family. Ohanas. We are family. We all are. I don't care, because I say so. Have a good one.